Wrong, that's the right one. Good evening, good evening. We have a big crowd here tonight. Wow. The City of Peabody Zoning Board of Appeals meets tonight in accordance with Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40A, and other applicable laws. Tonight's hearing will be conducted in the following manner. The Secretary will read the legal notice or state that such notice has been waived. All applications will be heard in the order they were received in the City Clerk's office or as otherwise designated by the Chair. The petitioner or petitioner's representative will present the subject application to the board. The Chair may limit the length of all remarks. All other parties in interest will be given an opportunity to speak either in favor or in opposition to a pending application, and the board may receive similar written communications to be placed on the public record. The petitioner will be given the opportunity to refute any such remarks. The decision will be typed and filed with the City Clerk. Once the decision is filed with the City Clerk, the 20-day appeal period begins. In compliance with the open meeting law, this hearing is also being recorded stenographically by our clerk. When you come to the podium, please speak directly into the microphone clearly and only speak when at the podium to ensure you are on the record. Tonight's meeting will be very short. Number one, the application of Daniel and Kristen Callanan has been continued until February 24th. So this evening, our first and only application is Matthew and Maria Morrissey of 19 Roosevelt Ave.
Number two on tonight's agenda is the application of Matthew and Maria Morrissey, 19 Roosevelt Ave in Peabody. Petitioner seeks relief to construct a proposed addition and require relief from front yard of 24.2 feet rather than 25 feet, required left side yard of 3.7 feet rather than 20 feet, rear yard of 25.4 feet rather than 35 feet. The premise is located at 19 Roosevelt Ave, and it is in an R1 zoning district.
My name is Matt Morrissey. I live at 19 Roosevelt Ave, Peabody.
And I'm Maria Morrissey. I live at 19 Roosevelt Ave as well.
Yep.
Explain to us everything.
Yep. We're here seeking dimensional relief for an addition on the left side of the property, the front and the rear.
That's it? That's all you have to say?
Yes. Well, the addition consists of a garage and a ADU living space that extends further back.
Through the chair.
Yep.
So it looks like you're really close to the left side lot. I don't have a neighborhood map or anything, but is there a dwelling next to you on that side?
21, yep, there's a house, yep.
Okay. And is this going to be 2 stories?
So it's 1 story at the street, but it will have a basement below both.
Okay.
Okay, so it says you're building an attached garage and an accessory dwelling unit for your mother. So you were going to have somebody living where?
In the ADU. So it will be the upper level of the addition that extends behind the garage.
Okay, so the only thing I have to say about this is that, and I usually say this in the beginning, but so not to sound like you don't already know this, but obviously we have zoning laws, rules and regulations that we have to follow. And when people come for a variance, as long as it's within reason, we grant it. I say this as a fact. There are many, 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 many towns and cities that don't even approve variances of a foot. What you're asking here, you're asking for, you need 20 feet, and you're only getting 3.7. I'm only one vote, but it is my opinion that what I refer to is you're asking for the sun, the moon, and the stars. Your variance is well over what I feel is negotiable. I guess I see why you put it on that side. It was the easiest thing to do, but you're way close to your neighbor. Your neighbor isn't here, okay, that means that they probably don't care that you do it, and we're not here to worry about neighbors. The next neighbor that comes in probably won't be happy with it. That's not our concern. Our concern is that the variance you're asking for, in my opinion, is well over the limit.
Question through the chair, or even to the chair. Are these the only plans we received, or do we get full size? This is it. I know the answer to this, but I'm asking for the public. This is what we have. This is it. Okay. Yeah. So we have a petitioner here looking for an ADU, which has strict guidelines under the law. We have a dwelling on a plan here. We don't even know the size of the dwelling. Nor do we know the size of the ADU. We're going to build a garage and have an ADU upstairs. This is an internal problem as well for the building department. You know, the denial letter from the building department, I believe Mr. Terenzoni, makes no reference about the size of this ADU. Nor does he know this, or we don't know the size of the dwelling. So even if we had a clear understanding of the size of the ADU, we don't know what's permitted. It's either 900 square feet or half the area of the main dwelling. Aside from, and I agree with the chair that, you know, 3.7 is, often the chair says, you know, you ask for the moon and the stars. I think we're asking for the solar system here. I'm not comfortable with this for all those reasons.
Through the chair, have you ever considered, so looks like you have a lot of area on the right side, and there's a concrete driveway. Does that go out to the street?
No.
It doesn't, so it's just like next to the house?
Correct.
Had you guys ever considered utilizing, and I'm sure economics had a play in it, but utilizing the right side where you have more room? Because that is really close, and it does span almost the entire property line. And one of our jobs is to preserve setbacks as best we can, and if there is an alternative, usually someone would make a suggestion like I would, like if you've had an alternative or you looked at other ways to go about this, we'd rather have this continued and entertain those than have to really vote on this very tight setback, not even knowing what's next door. Right.
So we did, yeah. I sat down with a designer, and we just couldn't make sense of doing anything on the right side, especially with how the existing dwelling is laid out, and the grading of the right side of the property. And what we have a patio, and we just had new hardscaping done, you know, so to have to rip all that up, it would just be kind of a nightmare, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work layout-wise. I mean, all the houses on Roosevelt Ave, at least on my side, seem to favor the left side of the property. They're all, you know, like my neighbor at 17 is only 5 feet from the property line. You know what I mean? Right next to me. So it just seems, to be common. So the only way we could make something work that didn't obstruct our backyard and to kind of get us everything that we need was to do it on the left side, unfortunately.
Okay, so, so you want to move forward this evening?
So what are our options? I'm not exactly sure.
Your option is we vote tonight,
Yeah.
or you come back next month with a whole different plan.
Yeah, if we voted tonight, excuse me, through the chair, if two of us didn't vote for it, you can't come back.
Okay.
And the recommendation would be, and I understand if you got landscaping and hardscaping. This is a lot, and I usually get down to these properties beforehand. I would definitely take a visit down there just to take a look at the neighborhood and see what the other properties were. I generally try to do that, but I didn't do it this time. And we're not trying to slow your project or allow you to use your property in the best way you can. This is really a close one.
Is there a setback that's usually recommended or a maximum, you know, that I should be looking at if I'm going to look at redesigning this?
You know, it's
The way it looks right now,
sometimes
for you to cut it in half,
half.
probably wouldn't even be
Right.
worth your while.
Right.
Right.
So you can move forward tonight with a vote. Obviously, you said you tried to think of another way.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what to tell you. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, because the package is kind of thin, I'm gonna have to know more, definitely, if I'm gonna, I just wanna know what the layout of the neighborhood is and what other, again, sometimes we usually have a aerial map of what that's like, so it negates the purpose to go out there. We don't have that in this case, so.
Okay. So if I were to go forward tonight, and it sounds like there's going to be 2 no's, so does that just restart the process? I have to reapply?
Nope,
No?
no, he has to continue and. Oh, if we refuse it, yeah, but if you continue it and there's some other, if we deny it, you're done.
Deny it, then it's done for what, 2 years?
2 years.
2 years.
And that's a big risk.
You could withdraw it without prejudice,
We could do that too.
keep it going, come up with another.
And you don't have to come back next
Yeah,
month.
you
You
wouldn't have
can
to come
come
back.
back in 3 or 4 months.
Okay, so if it gets denied today, then that's 2 years I have to wait?
Right.
Okay.
Well, then you could do that, but
Okay,
that's a close one, I don't think,
yeah.
yeah.
And just through the chair, I want to clarify what I said earlier. So this font is maybe a 2?
I'm sorry?
The font on this plan, I believe it says that your ADU is 556 square feet.
Which is 50% of the existing dwelling, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But nothing here tells me how big your house is. It tells me how wide your current house is, 24.2. Doesn't show me anything about, I can't figure out what the square footage of your house is based on this. Not that I don't believe you, but this is what I'm going to go in your file. This will get approved or denied. This will be in the file. So this plan has to be clearer for us. Very clear on what you currently have for square footage. And I would suggest something bigger to read.
I mean, I could have brought, that was all that was requested, you know,
But
I wasn't
it
requested
still
to bring
doesn't
anything.
change
No.
the variances at all. I mean, I don't want you to get the impression that, oh, well, I'll come back with a plan with all the dimensions, and it changes, it gives us more information, but it doesn't change what you want.
Okay. Okay, so I don't think we'll move forward, I don't think we'll look for an answer tonight. But one question, I understand that there is usually an allowance for size setbacks. Is there a number you could give me that I could see if I could make it work?
The problem with the right side, sorry, the problem with the right side is that the way that the grading is, we can't run plumbing to it. And so there's not an option on that right side. I'm sorry. Sorry. If the problem with the right side is because of the grading of the house, we can't run plumbing for his mom to have a bathroom because we would have to,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
We wouldn't better hit the invert outside.
right. So that the right side is, while maybe it would work for an addition if what we were doing was just a garage or something like that, it doesn't work for an ADU for his elderly mother.
Yeah,
And that's the problem we're hitting, is that we need a place. Right now, she's sleeping in our basement because his father passed and she had nowhere to go. So we're just trying to put on a place for her that has a bathroom and that will be a walkout level from the street, so she's not climbing stairs.
What about the whole back of the house?
Excuse me.
This is my suggestion. My suggestion is to and help me out here, Chris, for what you want to, another plan that shows,
Exactly what the square footage of the current dwelling is. So we can determine if it's 50%, 900 square feet or 50%, whatever's less.
and if you feel that you are able, maybe configure what you're asking in a totally different aspect. You know, I know this is what you came to us with, and you thought a lot about it, but let's pretend that you never thought about this. Is there another way you could think about what your needs are? And if you can, great. If you can't, then you come back and we'll see. But it's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you if you want to move forward tonight, or if you want to continue it till next month, or you want to continue it till March. It's up to you. The floor is yours. So, Grace, do we have to continue for a month?
St. Patrick's Day.
Continue till February, but February continue again?
Do you want to do the March one?
You can
give
continue till
yourself time.
February, and then February, if you're not ready, you can continue till March.
Her living in the basement on a couch, so the sooner we can get
Okay.
something. Right, I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna get out there this weekend just to take a look at everything, but.
And I'm sorry. Don't feel awful. So do you want to continue it till next month? Okay, we need to hear it from you.
We would like to
I'll put it on the mic.
The right, button on the right.
Little man talking sign. Sorry. There you go.
We would like to continue until,
the February meeting.
yes.
Move to continue.
All in favor? Any opposed? We'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so on the agenda, Grace, can I have a motion to accept the December minutes?
So moved.
Any opposed? Everybody has in their packet the information regarding the ADUs? Yes?
Yep.
And next regularly scheduled meeting is February 24th. We are now in adjournment. Thank you very much. Good evening. Okay, everybody. So